Hi, I'm Aliza, one of the co-founders of Little Big Flavor Kits, and today we're cooking up our black pork curry. Right, so inside our box we've got ground spice pack A and whole spice pack B. The recipe card is printed there, as well as a photograph of what your dish is meant to look like. Shall we get started? So the first thing we're going to do is open our ground spice pack A and pop it on top of our diced pork. Now for this pork I've used some loin and I've also used a bit of belly fat. And we need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. So that's going to go in there. Give this a good mix, and we're going to leave this to marinate. If I was making this for tonight, I would have marinated and made the curry yesterday so that I'm letting all the flavors settle in. So we're now going to chop our onion, 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. I like having some garlic in there, and then a thumb of ginger. So now we're going to start cooking. I'm going to turn my hob on. There we go. I'm just going to pop some oil into the pan and let that heat. I'm going in with the onions first. And we're going to saute these until there's sort of a nice light caramelized color. All we're doing is taking the water out of the onion so that we can add our garlic and ginger and our whole spices. So these are the aromatics. In there, use some bay leaf, there's some cardamom and some mace, which is the outer covering of a nutmeg. And honestly, it tastes like nutmeg, it's just less pungent. It has a different flavor. So now that our onions have started to caramelize, you can see the edges going brown. I'm adding our garlic and ginger in there. And then add some, turning the heat down now because I don't want this to burn. I'm going to add our spice pack B in there. And I'm just stirring it until I can smell that the oils have been released. So there's oils in the cardamom and in the bay leaf. And what happens is the minute they are released from the seed and the leaf, I'll smell it. And that's when you know it's ready, it's done. And I've kept it on this sort of a low heat while I'm doing this because I really don't want to burn anything. Okay, so now we're going to add our pork in there to fry it off a bit. And remember, because we've added the belly pork, we don't need to add any more fat. The fat on this will render and give us a nice color. So the color that you flash fry your pork to is the color that you're going to end up with with your final curry. So as you can see, I wanted caramelizing, so it's a nice deep color. This is a black pork curry, so keep going. And the fat will render down and give it that delicious flavor as well. So now I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar. And that just helps with the caramelization of the pork. You can see that beautiful color coming along. So now we're going to add 500 ml of water to this. I'm going to give it a good stir before I start. I want to catch any bits that are at the bottom. And that's us. Right, so our pork curry is done now. Just open that up and have a look. You can see that it's bubbled down as well. And it's got a beautiful color on it, and we can now serve it up. One thing I do need to do is just pop some lemon juice on it, and that will help with balancing flavors again. It just needs a squeeze of half a lemon in there. And now we're ready to plate up. So let me grab a bowl, bowl this up. Look at that. And that's us ready to pop that on the table. You can garnish it with anything. I quite like coriander, but if you don't have to use it. I've just got a bit here which I'm going to chop up and sprinkle on top. And what would you serve this with? Rice, but you can